Hey guys, I'm Orla from GBO, your women's gear review channel. Today we will be reviewing the July carry-all backpack. Okay, let's get into the summary of this backpack. This runs at about $175, and what I love about July is that for an extra $50 you can personalize your item. For their carry-on, I did this and it was so cute. This backpack is made up of weighted 400D twill nylon fabric, gunmetal zips and a D-ring hardware. It has premium leather on the handles and trim. They do offer a 5-year warranty, 100-day returns and free shipping within the US. The dimensions are 17.3 inches in height by 11 inches in width by 6.3 inches in depth. It is a weight of 2.2 pounds and the capacity is 20 litres. This is in the colour French Navy and you can also get it in the black. The shape and style is given a bit of school bag feel, but it does have a classy feel to it as well. And also looking at it, you're just guaranteed that you can shove it in the seat in front of you, and that's what we'll get into within this review. It does hold its shape when it is fully packed here. As you can see, it just sits up by itself. So just in terms of July and their packaging, I really just want to give them a shout out because they do pack it really well. The box comes lovely, and they also have, I've honestly just forgotten the English word for it, but basically this that you can use as a wash bag as well, but it comes lovely in this, and that is basically 2 for 1. You can get a lot out of this. This is a minimalist design, but even with that, they have went ahead and placed in your water bottle compartment. It is inside the bag. It doesn't compromise the space inside the bag, thankfully. If you just open this up, you can even fit an umbrella in there if you don't want to. Doesn't like fully go around, but there is a bit of fabric here to kind of open it up and extend it out. This fits the 500ml water bottle here from Super Sparrow and the lid and all, and there is just a wee bit of room there as well, and that just goes along goes along with the kind of sleekness of the bag as well. On the top here you have your only kind of handle that you can grab from. They do have a bit of leather here, I guess, in terms of it being longer lasting. That's what they've opted for. In terms of comfort, it's not great, but what it is great for is hanging up, because as you can see, it just stays the way it is. It's not going to fold into itself if it was just that kind of seatbelt material, but it is great. It's not the comfiest. So then on the side here, you do have this kind of D hook. What would have been great is if they had a way of opening this. Maybe there is, but I can't seem to open it. But you can attach anything to it. Maybe you have keys if you're brave enough, or what do you call those things for your bike, helmet, any kind of external accessories, especially like a travel pillow. That would be great in terms of just attaching it to that. Would have loved for it to come off so then I could actually, that wouldn't, maybe I could have attached my headphones here because I like having them on the outside actually when I'm especially traveling, so that I can have quick access to it. It would have been nice if that came off, but I don't think it does. Then my favorite part here on the back is your secret pocket, which you can put in your passport if you want. I've opted to put my phone in here, and it does run down to the length of the phone. So it runs down to right there, and it does cover it up. So that will fit nicely in your passport if you want to put anything that is a bit more delicate and that you don't want people to know is there, then you can plop it in the back. Right, onto the front pocket. What you have here is you can opt to kind of hide this zip if you want, or you could have it down like that, but there is a way of just kind of chucking it in and kind of giving that invisible look of it to an extent. If you just play about with the fabric, then you can kind of get that locked in there, and that's kind of like a wee anti-theft tactic here. But with this pocket, just opens, it is just this length, and inside when the bag is fully packed, it is tight, so you're really just looking for kind of slimmer items in here. And it's just space. So whatever you kind of need to swing the bag around for and get quick access to, then I would place in there. It is whatever you have in there. It needs to be like a thinner item, such as your phone or even your passport, if you wanted to place it in there so that you could swing the bag around and have access to it. But yeah, when it's not fully packed, then there is a bit more of a wiggle room. But for now, whilst it is packed like so, it's a bit tight. then your kind of main compartment here. It doesn't fully zip down, so it doesn't open like a clamshell opening. If you open up the bag like so, then it kind of folds down. And what you have as soon as you come in is your kind of top pocket here, where I have opted to place my purse. The locks themselves, if you had a thinner lock, you could probably lock them, but they're not lockable. In terms of that already being set up for you, but you could opt to put a wee lock if you felt that you needed to. But yeah, that is just your pocket here. And within there, you have a key lash. Now this is a leather one and just with a little plastic kind of hook here. And inside that is plenty of space. So you could even fit like a wee notebook or anything that you want a quick access to, such as food. That would be my priority, or my purse, so that I can just swing the bag around and get to that. It does have this kind of boxy style, so whatever's in here, this is how it looks. There is no like, you'd have to like pull that back, if that makes sense. So I have opted to just pack this out to show you. This is the NAC packing cubes. They are amazing if you haven't checked them out. So just to kind of show you, can fit the compressible one of the shoes and then another NAC kind of packing cube too. Then inside you do have two kind of smaller pockets directly in front of the kind of main pocket here. You can fit smaller items in there, such as your drive or anything that is a bit slender. They are big enough, so that is great. So directly in front of it is a bit more of a padded pocket. You could also put any kind of tech in there if you wanted to. I would maybe pad it up a bit more yourself if it's like an iPad or a Kindle, but there is plenty of padding directly in front of this. I opted to put a makeup bag in there and my DS. Does run down nicely. There is plenty of space, and then within the bag there is just space too. And the bottom here of the bag is well padded, so even just setting that down, again, for even the laptop compartment, there is a false bottom, so you're ensured that everything is safe when you're plopping this down. So on to the kind of final pocket here, which is your laptop compartment. You have this moon-shaped style again, so nothing really runs down. It's not coming from the side, you are coming from the top here. This does fit up to a 16-inch. Whenever the bag is packed like it is super tight and shoving that in, but it doesn't compromise the space in terms of the back padding because it is well padded in there. It fits my laptop here well, and there is no kind of movement because of how padded it is and squished enough. There is no movement while you're like moving forward or back. And that is about 16 inches from the bottom up and about 9.5 inches across. So onto the kind of back system here, you do have two well padded straps. They are quite thin, and the hardware here is lovely. You can adjust these straps really nicely, and they do have the thumb pullers to pull it down to adjust it, which is great. There is no kind of like dangle stopper. If that's something that might annoy you, they do fly about. The back kind of system here is paneling down vertically. There is no real support, but it is comfortable. There is a slit here to go over your luggage, which is the right way I live, and it pairs well with the July carry-on. So time for fit check, comfortability, and passing the female body test. So just in terms of the straps, they are a bit thin. They're not flimsy, but if you're opting all the time to be pulling from here, you're going to see wear and tear coming from this top bit. So I would really opt to be using this handle, although it's not the most comfortable. It's going to save you in terms of just pulling at these straps. So in terms of fit, I wouldn't say they're my favorite in terms of comfort, but they're not uncomfortable, if that makes sense. They do the job. In terms of the fit, we're looking at a nice curve here, so they aren't getting in the way. So it definitely feels like it passes the kind of female body test here. But in terms of like my favorite straps, they're not my favorite, but they do the job. Okay, let's have a quick Airline test. So for this backpack, just looking at it, I know it's going to fit in the seat in front of you, but to kind of opt with your own airlines, this is the measurements for EasyJet, so you can kind of compare. I will show you it in as a personal item, and that's with it packed. So you still have enough room if you wanted to pack out the front or get as much into that as well. In terms of length, this is absolutely grand, so you're doing well. And for if you wanted to, I don't know why you would, but if you were going to use this as your carry-on, then it absolutely does fit in there as well. Okay, let's run through some pros and cons of this backpack. So the hardware on this backpack is absolutely lovely. The branding is so subtle and sleek. It definitely is a different style in terms of like, it does kind of look kind of school backpacky, but it is also one of those ones that you could dress up and dress down. It is super convenient for going through TSA. Like if you are putting your liquids in there and your laptop in the back, you don't even have to go through the main compartment. It just makes it super easy for on the go. With this kind of material, it is easy to clean and wipe down. Unfortunately, I think it's just me that my hair sticks to everything, but with this, it is just easy to clean anyways. Some cons are just the fact that I'm obsessed with these kind of hooded zips. I would have loved to have seen that protected here at some stage throughout the bag. If that was possible, that would have been nice for some protection, especially in the ones that whenever you are pulling it down, like this one on the water bottle compartment, that would have been nice to see. The straps are a little thin for my liking, but it definitely is a bike that will get you from A to B. I wouldn't be carrying this for long periods of time, and just because of its liters anyways, it doesn't get too heavy, but just be careful with picking up this bike by the straps. I really would opt to be doing that with your handle. So this backpack is for anyone who is looking for a clean, classy, all-in-one backpack that can be worn with any kind of clothing from smart to casual. It is convenient for travel and you won't have to worry about it fitting in for the personal item, and it is great for a wee everyday carry. Now this backpack isn't for someone who wants organization to their bag. This is a minimal design. If you are looking for something that is on the heavier end of organization and you absolutely love that, then I would opt to go for the NAC Series 2 Small Backpack. So that is the end of our review on this July carry-all backpack. If you enjoyed this, then why not consider joining the GBO community and hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Bye!